Good morning, everybody, and thank you very much for joining today's webinar from Care First. My name is Carl Bennett, and I'm glad to say we've got Paul Palmer, who is a wills expert from Accord Wills, with us today. We do have some audio problems, so Paul is always I'm just going to try. Sorry, somebody's just raised their hand, which suggests that you can't hear me either. But I'm just going to make sure that that isn't the case. Okay, I think you can hear me. I hope you can hear me. If you can't, then please do let me know by typing something into the chat area if you can do. But let's assume that you can for the moment, and I'll introduce you to Paul. Paul is actually on loudspeaker on my phone, so if you want to say hi, Paul.
Hello, everybody. Good morning.
And then that hopefully you'll be able to hear Paul, and we'll be able to do it that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen, and then Paul is going to be able to have a conversation with you about wills, as we've already mentioned. I can see that there's lots of questions coming through, and I can also see lots of people saying that you can hear me. So thank you very much. At least an element of it is working. I'm sure you'll be able to hear Paul as well. So Paul, if I hand over to you, and then you talk people through things, I'll press advance if you need me to advance through the slides.
Okay, smashing. That's great. Well, thank you very much, Carl, for inviting me along today. Much appreciated. As Carl mentioned, we are the wills experts, if you like, on trusts and estate planning as well. Accord Legal Services, just to give you a little bit of an insight, we are one of the UK's largest independent legal services providers. We've got a national presence and are recognised in a well-trusted brand. We're one of the largest companies in the professional will writing and estate planning profession. Now, what I mean by that is we just deal with estate and will planning. We don't do conveyancing, we don't do divorce, we don't do criminal law, anything like that. We're specialists in our field of putting wills, trusts and probate together for everybody. Now we're just going to go through some basic slides today, just to give you a little bit of an idea of exactly what we do. You can see on the first slide there that we're also a member of the Institute of Professional Will Writers, which is a governing body that legislates everything that we do. And the solicitors at our head office are also STEP qualified, which is an international qualification for the Society of Trust and Estate Practitioners. That's known from here to Australia and back again. So we're well established. We've got a good, credible aspect to talk to you about. We're going to move forward then with who's the seminar going to help today. Basically, it's everybody you see on the screen, you know, whether you're single, divorced, widowed, married, unmarried, or even a single partner. Everybody needs to do will, and I'll go through the reasons why that just now. You actually spend your life, if we can advance, Carl, please. So my technical guy is Carl today, and he's going to be advancing the slides. That's one thing for me, folks. So he's about 100 miles away from me, but we're still going to get this to work. So you spend your life, you're busy working, you buy home, you raise your kids and all that type of thing, and you know, you get to that stage where you eventually look after your kids. But all the time you're going to be doing planning. The type of thing that we're looking at today always goes on the back burner, if you like. What I mean by that is something always gets in the way. Holidays, Christmas, birthdays, Easter, you name it. It always gets in the way. You don't want to talk about death and all that type of thing, which is what a will covers. But if you don't, the ones you love, at the end of the day, could fall foul of different things you may not be aware of. You've worked hard, if you can go forward, Carl, please, all your life, and to build up the assets that you have. You want to make sure that these assets go down to the people that you want them to go to, and not somebody dictating to you further down the line. The next slide will tell you, if you haven't done anything about it, it might be too late. You know, because if you're leaving it too late, then you can get yourselves into all kinds of trouble. Next slide. It doesn't matter who you are. Some people tell me, well, I haven't got anything to leave anybody. And that's normally coming from the younger folk within the land. People who may just have a couple of kids, but no, at the moment it's a little bit harder these days than it used to be to get your first home, as we all know. But you have to look at who's going to be looking after your kids. If one night you and your boyfriend or whatever, your husband, you go out on that career, you don't come back for whatever reason, and you then need to have a guardian that's going to look after your kids. And the reason this is important for a lot of people is people don't realise that if an accident like that happens and there's no guidance in place, the local authority that will then take over and possibly put your kids into care straight away before they've vetted maybe your mother, father, sister, brother, because they don't know where the kids are going to go and who they're going to. You know your loved ones will take care of your children the best way possible, but the authorities don't, and they're the ones in charge if something happens to you. So when you get people that say to me, I've got nothing to leave, well, if you've got kids, you need to start your planning very early. Next slide. One of the things that's as important, and this is a bill there, Carl, so you can keep clicking if you would, please. It's just as important of having a will. If you look at Martin Lewis on the television on his program, basically he states that the will is probably the lasting power of attorney is more important than having a will these days, because what a lasting power of attorney does, it actually appoints somebody to look after your affairs if you're unable to do so. The thing that you've got to bear in mind is if you don't have a lasting power of attorney in place and something does happen, you've then got to go to the court of protection, which can cost an absolute fortune. To sort out your basic financial affairs, you could be looking at £2,000 or £3,000 just to set something up so your loved ones can get your own money to look after you, if that makes sense. Next slide. This is the court of protection when they came to being around about 10 years ago. And in the first 18 months, as you can see, there was 3,000 complaints going through that new system, and families were having to literally pay the court of protection money to access their own bank accounts. Ridiculous, but that's the land we live in, unfortunately. So it's just making sure that a lasting power of attorney is for those. You're nominating somebody who, a loved one, brother, sister, mother, father, if something happens to you, whether you're either physically or mentally incapacitated, you can't look after your own finances. It's giving them the legal authority to do that on your behalf, as if it was you yourself going into that bank or building society. Okay? Next slide. Another misconception that people have, and this is a build again, Carl, please. My spouse and partner will get everything. Now, not always the case. When you've gone, your children might get everything. Again, not always the case. Now, why do we say that? Well, basically, when you're looking at passing your estate down to your loved one, people automatically think it goes straight down to them. Well, if you haven't got a will in place and you've got an estate, let's say it's a few £100,000. Let's talk figures. Let's say you've got a £400,000 estate. The maximum that passes to your spouse will only be £250,000. So the first £250,000 goes sideways to your spouse. Anything after that is split 50-50 between yourselves and your children, like your surviving spouse and your children. So it doesn't automatically go the ways you want it to go. Next slide, please. And this is another bill. Now, one of the main reasons the kids don't always get everything well is because you may have seen on the media and in the news how many people are actually losing their homes for things like care fees. Right? And as it states there, 200,000 homes a year have to be sold in order to pay for care. It's, in my view, quite criminal. It doesn't happen everywhere in the world. People are looked after in their mature years. But our country doesn't do that yet. And there's no plans in doing it either. 200,000 homes. That's quite conservative because we reckon in our industry that that's probably close to 300,000 homes. And let me tell you the reason why that happens. Next slide, please. When you've got assets of more than £23,250, you are means testing. And what I mean by that is the local authorities and care authorities will have a look to see what your finances are like. They'll see what you've got in the bank, and they take that first. And then they'll put a charge on the house or get you to sell the house in order to pay for your care. £23,250 is normally these days your car and the shed that it lives in. Anything above that, you'll be means tested. You will be expected to pay 100% of your care fees. You pay that care all the way down to £14,250. Not a lot to be left for your hard work in life of building up an estate to pass down to your loved ones. And it's quite prevalent this week, being 70 years to VE Day, which you'll see by the next slide, Carl, please. Type of things that we have to do. This chap, this is a few years ago, this chap was 93 years of age, had Alzheimer's, had to go into a care home. And some of his assets, believe it or not, his family had to sell the medals he earned saving this country from tyranny. They raised just over £120,000, which basically would cover the cost of his care at the time for around about 6 years if necessary. I'll put that on this time this week because it is quite prevalent. Friday, hopefully we'll be having a few buntings on your own garden, for argument's sake. I know a few of my neighbours are going to be waving at each other and having a drink across the hedge, as it were. But that's what we're looking at. The reason we're looking at going into care these days is in 1952, when the Queen came to power, he hand wrote around about 250 telegrams, as it was in them days, to just over 100 people, right? Sorry, people that reached over the age of 100. 255 people over the age of 100. Last year, there was over 20,000 centurions in this country. And that's the reason why more people are going to care these days. It's because medical science is keeping us living longer. And although we're all hitting 100, our faculties are not keeping up with our age. So unfortunately, as it stays there over the next 20 years, 25% of the UK's population will be over 65, and the number of people over 85 will have doubled. So you're looking at 40 to 50,000 centurions in a few years' time. Next slide, please. But would you trust any government with your children's inheritance, or would you prefer to be in control? If you can do something about this and making sure that what you've got, what you're working for, what you're building up, and what you want to pass to your loved ones is going to go to them, and not to somebody who's going to be dictating to your kids in future years. Slide, please. It's not going to go automatically to your family. Okay. And the reason it's not going to do that is because even though you've worked all your life and you've paid your taxes and you've paid your dues and all that sort of thing, when you're dead, next slide please, Carl, you've got another tax to pay, and it's inheritance tax. And that can take a massive chunk out of your inheritance. The threshold before you pay inheritance tax is £325,000. Anything above that, if you haven't put any planning in place, you're going to be expected, or your children or your loved ones, are going to be expected to pay 40% on anything above £325,000. Next slide, please. Again, Carl. This inheritance tax is in fact a voluntary tax, because if you do something about it, avoid it. And it's paid by those who don't know how to reduce it or legally eliminate it. It's paid by those who don't think it applies to them. They think it's just for the rich and famous, that sort of thing. Next slide, please. The people that are least affected by inheritance tax are normally the wealthier amongst our society, the people with the bigger houses, the lovely cars, and plenty of pennies and pound coins in the bank. Those are the people that are least affected because they've done something about it. If you take into account something like, next slide please, George Harrison, £40 million estate, not a penny in inheritance tax because he had the right advice going right up to his death, and therefore his loved ones had all of the inheritance in the right place. Next slide, please. The estates that it's normally a risk, the likes of you and I, which is normally, non-semi, nice little saloon car, and maybe a few bob in the bank. Those are the people that get hammered for the inheritance tax. Those are the people that pay the majority of the inheritance tax in this country. So it can be avoided. What you want to do is pass everything down to your estate, whether it's the house, the money, the car, whatever. Collectible items, they all count for your estate. There's a stamp collection, you can see on the slide, motorbikes, all kinds of things, Dalton, Portman dolls and all that type of thing. It doesn't matter what it is, it all counts for your estate. And it takes you above that £325,000. Next slide, please. Another thing that people say to me, well, I'm just going to put the house into the kid's name. Well, what happens when we put the house into the kid's name is something like this. This was a situation where a mature couple thought it'd be a good idea to pass it down to their son straight away because he was going to have it all at the end of the day once they passed away. However, now that the house is in the son's name, he got himself into financial difficulties in his business. As a result of that, he needed to raise some money. So he raised the money by having to sell the house that his parents lived in. The only way he could do it. So all of a sudden, their good deed turned very sour and they got kicked out of their own house because of their son's lack of financial stability, shall we say. So it doesn't always work in the one's favour if you think I can pass it to my son and everything's going to be roses. It doesn't always work out that way. Okay, next slide, please. What you need to do is have the right will and everything in place, have the right planning in place. You want to protect your home, you want to protect your savings, and basically you want to protect what you've built up over the years you've been working and pass it down to your loved ones without, like I said before, without a third party dictating what they're actually going to get. Next slide, please. The way we do that is that we've got a couple of options. One of them being, the next slide, please, Carl.
It wouldn't go, sorry, Paul.
That's okay, no worries. We have an estate protection trust. Now, estate protection trust does exactly what it says there. It ring-fences all of your assets by taking them from being a vulnerable asset and putting them into a trust. Okay. Now, we shouldn't be, afraid of trust because trusts have been around since the Crusade times. You want to press the slide, please, Colin. Trusts are amongst us as we speak. I mean, you have trusts that most charities, or all charities, have a trust. Schools and academies are normally part of the trust. Your own pensions are part of the trust. And even NHS, they're part of the trust. And while I'm on the NHS, just going off a slight tangent, the NHS is working tirelessly for us at the moment, because you never know what's around the corner. We didn't know that over 32,000 people were going to pass away from this nasty COVID-19 virus that's out there at the moment this year. And they're working tirelessly. And because of that, we as a company have put ourselves forward. And if you know of anybody, yourself or anybody else that's a key line worker, so they're on the front line, whether they're NHS staff or policeman, woman, fire service, anything like that, care workers, all that type of thing. If they're on the front line, we're offering a free will at the moment for all key workers because they're the ones that's keeping us all going and looking after all our loved ones. So you can bear that in mind. Just going off the tangent, I just want to point out we're offering a free will, which is normally £120, excuse me, £120 for a single, or it's £225 for a double, plus VAT. You've always got Freddie Batman on his bit as well. That's a free service for it at the moment while we're in this climate. Next slide, please. So as I say, we can protect your savings in your home while you're alive. The beauty of this is a bill again. The beauty of this is that you're staying in control of all your own assets. And what that means, it's not like a typical trust where you have to wait till you die in order for the trust to take place. You are the key beneficiary of your own trust. You are in control of your own trust because you are the main beneficiary of it. So it means if you've got a lovely home at the moment and all of a sudden it's in trust, it's not locked away under lock and key. If you think to yourself, you know, I've always fancied going to live by the seaside, let's go and have that bungalow with a sea view. You can take the house out that you've got at the moment and put the new bungalow by the seaside in. You can take cash out, you can put cash in. Everything that goes in there is always going to be protected. And it's protected against things like divorce, bankruptcy, always about the court of protection, and there's no estate challenges either. Nobody can claim estates on the trust. Okay, next slide. In fact, with this, it also eliminates probate. So anything that's in the trust, and probate costs a lot of money these days. But if it's in the trust, you haven't got to worry about probate either. So there's no substantial legal bills or delays, and everything is taken care of quickly. So it passes straight down to your loved ones and potentially saving a hell of a lot of money. Next slide, please. I'm just going to give you a brief summary of what the estate protected trust can actually do for you, as opposed to leaving it, you know, on a whim. Next slide, please. The trust will prevent any estranged relationships in the future. As I said to you before, this trust is set up and it's set up in such a way that it's structured to protect not only yourselves, but your children and your children's children. Because if it's still in the trust, it's going to protect any possible estranged relationships in the future, whereby you might get a son or a daughter that's had an unhappy ending with their relationship. The daughter, let's say, or the son wants to take half of whatever they're worth. If that asset is still in the trust, what you've given to them, they can't have a penny. So it protects them against that as well. Bankruptcy, care fees, and care fees, it's a staggering amount of money that you have to pay for care. On average across the UK, it's about £800 a week. Some places, you know, you can go further south, that can be over £2,000 a week. It's an extortionate amount of money to pay. But the professional fees that are charged on the high street, if you go to the next slide, please, Carl, are typically 3.5% to 5%. So I'm quite conservative. But when we're looking at your estate for you, we look to see what your home's worth and what your savings are worth. Let's say typically your home is worth about £200,000. Well, straight away from your estate, before it goes to your kids, that's a £7,000 bill. If your estate's a little bit higher than that, you'll see it creeps up even more, please. It's still with me, that's it.
Sorry, pressing the button like mad here, Paul. Sorry.
Technical delay. He's going 100 miles down line to Carl, then it's bouncing back to me, and it's going after you guys. So I do apologise for that slight delay. But yeah, so you can see from the slide how much the professional fees actually cost. On top of that, you've got the new probate fees, which came into force. You can just keep clicking on this one, Carl. Which came into force last year. And depending on the size of your estate, will depend on the rise in probate fees. So you've got all that on top of the administration costs I've just shown you on the previous slide. But then you've got the comparison between the two. If we go to the next slide, Carl, you will see from the Home Protecting Trust the prices that that's going to cost. Now, the Home Protecting Trust is still a will trust, a living will trust. I'm being quite precise there because don't get confused with a will trust, which is when you die, you have to pay for the trust to be activated. A living will trust activated straight away, so you are the primary beneficiary. Okay. Now the Home Protecting Trust does what it says on the tin. It will just protect your home. You can see the cost there for a single or a couple. Okay. And going on from that, you've got the Estate Protecting Trust, which is what I've been talking about just slightly more, but it involves a lot more as well. It's much more comprehensive because here you can put all your savings in, you can take care of your house and all that sort of thing. But on top of that, it also includes the lasting power of attorney, which I mentioned before. And you can see from the slide, You're now ahead of me, Carl, slightly.
Sorry, I was getting keen.
No, that's okay. You can see versus the probabilities below. So although if you're a couple and you think £3,000 plus VAT is a lot of money, yes, it is initially, but it's against the possibility, not that everybody's going to go into care, but a lot of us are, against the possibility of, on the fees and the rates they're already showing you, of £145,000 for care fee rates, and then when you do pass away, the probate and court fees on top of that, okay, and the administration costs. So when you put it into perspective, and you put it in perspective with the property that you've got, maybe that's 100, 200, 300, or even more £1,000 home that you have, it's been covered by £3,000, and you know that it's going to go to the people you love, and not somebody that's going to dictate to your kids in later life. I think that's a no-brainer myself. Okay, there we can go forward.
All right.
That's okay, mate. So the assets are paid or held into trust. They're going to bypass probate. Everything that's in the trust doesn't go to probate. So you save time, you save money, and reduce any fees that you may incur. Okay. It's all about generation planning. If you go forward, Carl, please. This trust, as I said to you before, the reason I usually protect your children and your children's children, in a trust up, it's set up for up to 125 years. So basically, it goes down your bloodline, which goes back to what I said before about the possibility of strange relationships, you know, with your kids or your grandkids, and you know, stranger halves wanting money from them. In worst case scenarios, you'll get, you know, son or daughter that got married and cases we've seen before. The son or daughter will pass away. The spouse will get remarried. The new spouse might not like the existing children too much, and then the previous daughter or son passes away. Everything ends up, and your inheritance will then end up with somebody that you never even met. Okay? So it's really important to start doing your planning now. So the next slide, please, Carl. Just a couple more slides to finish off. Control risk. Do you want to make sure that you've got the right will in place? You may already have a will. You might want it reviewed. Make a lasting power of attorney, as I said earlier. It's just as important, if not more important, in this day and age to have that in place. And decide how much protection you want for your loved ones, and not leaving towards decisions for them. A lot of us like to keep our assets close to home, but if you've protected them, and at the end of the day, when that time comes and you do pass away, you've got the peace of mind knowing that you've taken time, care, attention to make sure that your inheritance is passed to your loved ones, and not a third party dictating to them in either your later life or beyond. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is basically my presentation. It was short and sweet today. It just depends what you want to do now. I know some of you have given Carl some questions. I'll be more than happy to answer them. You can see my details on that following slide, by phone, email, or even have a wander around the website. It might give you an insight as to what legal services do, who they are, and the people that benefit from them. There's lots of short videos on that website that will tell you everything that I've spoken to you about today, whether that's regarding just a basic will, which is your wishes, as I've said, but you may need to go beyond that, because a lot of people these days do have bricks and mortar as a basic asset, the asset that you want to protect more than anything else. So I hope you enjoyed the morning, or the afternoon, I should say now, and I'll hand back to Carl.
Thank you, Paul. That was really interesting, and a lot more detailed than I'd expected it to be. So that's fantastic. The reason I say that is we've got lots of questions that have come in to us, but I think that maybe you've answered some of them already. So I'll read the question, Paul. If you think that you've answered it, then that's fine. And afterwards, what I can do is I can give people, or you've given them your details, and I'll give them Care First details as well, so that people can get a bit more information as they want. So a couple of questions that I've got. It just says, hi, thank you for the webinar. I'm sure you'll cover this, but one of the things that they worry about doing a will through a solicitor is the cost is the cost to manage the will after they die. Are these generally very expensive?
If you're going to a high street solicitor, it's going back to one of the previous slides where I mentioned that solicitors will charge anything from, or a bank or a build site, if you get them to administrate your estate, they'll charge anything from 3.5% to up to 6%. Some of them do it on a sliding scale, depending on how much you've got. First 150,000 will be at a certain percentage, then the next 50,000 will be something else. And by the time you've sorted everything out, what you tend to get with, and they're not all the same, so I'm not tarnishing everybody with the same brush, so forgive me if I've gone through across that. But with probate and administrating the will, sometimes this is drawn out on the high street because they'll send you a letter and it costs another 50 quid or £100 or something like that. Whereas a court legal services will state a figure, it should be done and dusted, and that's it. And the most we will ever charge for administrating some estate will be 2%. It doesn't go above that. And because we only charge that as a flat rate, so all the letters and correspondence that you get from that in the future will not add any additional charges to it. It'll just be 2% of wherever the final estates were, and that's it.
Okay. It says here, I have a power of attorney stated. Should I reflect that in my will?
No, because a lasting power of attorney is slightly separate to the will side of things. Lasting power of attorney is making sure that you are taking care of all your mother's assets, because you're the one she's nominated to do that for her. You're the person that she says that you can legally go and sort all her finance herself doing it. Now, because she has nominated you, she's what they call the donor. And she's the donor of the lasting power of attorney. She's nominated her attorneys. If you pass away before your mother, this is why it's very important to have at least 2 attorneys. You can just have one. I don't know whether that's the case in your case, but you should really have 2 in case one passes away or an attorney becomes incapable of looking after that person's finances. But to reflect it in your own will, once you're gone, you're no longer the attorney, so it doesn't automatically pass to anybody else.
Great stuff. 2 questions come from the same person. I think you've answered these, Paul. It says, who will receive my assets when I pass away if I don't have a will? You've answered that already. Another one, I also think you've answered, which says, I'm married, so will it automatically go to my husband? Again, you've answered that.
You've automatically said that. I mean, in retrospect, everything you've got does pass to each other. However, depending on the size of your estate, if you haven't got a will in place, the first £250,000 will automatically pass to you. Anything above that will be split 50-50 between yourself, or the surviving spouse, I should say, and children, if any, or then any other dependents.
What happens, Paul, to the trust if a couple splits up?
Well, if the trust has been set up and you've then got everything split up, what you've actually got is the way it's put together is that you would have 2 individual trusts for the same family. So let's say you've got John and Mary Smith. Okay, the way we set the trust up would be you'd have the John Smith Family Trust Fund 2020. And then you'd have the Mary Family Trust Fund 2020. So basically, we're splitting everything that you have 50-50, again, for the purpose of saving against care in the future and making sure that what you've got in your assets are now in the trust protected for you as an individual. So what we actually do is we split your house to the land registry and everything that you've got 50-50, and it's your trust. So whatever's in your individual trust, although you've done it as a couple, it's still your asset. So basically, you break it away. Obviously, we have to fine-tune things if that ever did happen, but primarily, whatever's in your family trust under your name will always remain there.
Okay, great. Two quick questions then. How long does an EPT have to be in place before its assets are protected?
Basically, it's a document which takes a little bit of time to put together because although we can write everything up for you, by the time we've done the land registry searches and everything else, it's around about a 10 to 12 week cycle from start to finish. So that's me talking to you as an individual, taking all your details down, taking some information from you. And although I've got to be sitting in front of you, I need to prove who you are to the powers that be. So I need photo ID, like passport, driving license, that type of thing, utility bills, all to do with money laundering, all that type of thing these days. We always do. A 10 to 12 week cycle would pass. You then get the trust forms, which would then be signed. That's when they then become a legal trust.
Okay. And the last question that I've got here is what happens to the first £250,000? I think you may have said it, but somebody said that they've missed the answer that you gave. So that's what happens to the first £250,000.
That's basically if you've got a couple, married couple, the first 200. If you haven't got a will, if you haven't got a will in place,
yeah,
the first £250,000 will remain with the surviving spouse. Anything above that will then be split for the surviving spouse and then the kids. So in that respect, the spouse gets £250,000, and the remaining 50%, they'll get 25% of that. 25% goes to the kid.
Okay, that's great. Paul, thank you very much for that. I'm just going to give some brief information, which I hope people can see regarding Care First now, because one thing that I need to be very clear of is that Care First is an entirely independent organisation. I'm very grateful that Paul's come on today and provided us some information about his organisation and also some information about writing wills and powers of attorney and things like that. It's that kind of information that's really valuable. And while Paul has given his details, and you'd be more than welcome to contact him, there are lots of organisations that you can contact that will give you advice and guidance around will, setting up a will, power of attorney, and we'd always recommend that you seek the best possible support and organisation to suit you and your needs. And one way of doing that is by contacting Care First. We're your EAP provider. We provide counselling services if things are causing you some worry or upset or anxiety. You can call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year, and you can call us on the free phone number that is available from your organisation. Once you've started speaking with us, if the information that you're looking for is more around a practical issue, like will, asking for information around legal questions, maybe it's tax, immigration, childcare, whatever those issues may be, speak to an information specialist. They're available on the same telephone number between 8 and 8 Monday to Friday, and they will be able to provide you with the information that you're looking for, including organisations that might be able to support you around wills and other legal services. On top of that, then, there are other services that we can provide for you. They're available on our lifestyle site, as you can see here. If you access Care First lifestyle site by going to carefirst-lifestyle.co.uk, putting in your username and password, you will be able to get some articles. You'll be able to view the webinars that you've seen today and other webinars that we've provided and other articles as well. The services that we provide at Care First are entirely confidential. As I've mentioned before, nothing that you say will be passed to anybody else without, unless these exceptional circumstances are recognised. That is, if there's a threat to the life of another person, if there are child protection or vulnerable adult issues identified, or if there's a risk to the security of an organisation. If you've got any questions following today's webinar, then please feel free to contact us. The email address is info@care-first.co.uk. You can also contact us if you're looking for information specific to the things that we've said today. I hope that you've had all the information that you need answered today. Again, I'm genuinely grateful to you, Paul, for coming in and answering questions and giving us the information that we're looking for. These webinars are really important to people, particularly around things like wills during this difficult time. So truly grateful for the help and advice. And
that's what I got. And just to add, if people do want to do a face-to-face, as we are, in the situation that we are, I am operating on Zoom and doing a lot of calls that way as well. So, people can call me and we'll get a Zoom set up and just have a chat.
Fantastic. Great stuff. Thanks very much, Paul, and thanks to everybody for listening today. Hope it's been useful. Please take a look at the diary of webinars that we provide every single week on the Care First Lifestyle site, and that your organisation puts out as well. And hopefully we'll see you again soon. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye now.